What's up guys, it's Chris Majestech here with Majestechs, and the other day Google had its Google Keynote. If you missed it, I just want to give you a quick recap. So the first thing is that Google finally released the Google Pixel, and it's actually a phone built by Google instead of using a third-party manufacturer. So they actually have two different versions. They have the Google Pixel and the Google Pixel XL. The Google Pixel has a 5-inch 1080p display, and the Pixel XL has a Quad HD 5.5-inch display. So the Pixel is going to start at $649 for the 32GB model and go up to $749 for the 128, and the Pixel XL is going to start at $769 for the 32GB model and then $869 for the 128GB model. Now honestly, I do have to say, even me being a Samsung guy, I've got to say they kind of look like an iPhone. I mean, the line going across the back's got iPhone written all over it. There is no hardware button on the front. The back, they do have a fingerprint scanner. That's always real nice. And Google actually touted that these phones have the best camera on the market. Now, I don't know how true that is. We'll only be able to see when we actually get our hands on it. Google's actually giving you unlimited high resolution cloud storage with Google Photos. So that means you can actually store your full resolution pictures and 4K videos out there on the cloud. So that's pretty cool. They spent a total of maybe 10 or 15 minutes explaining how advanced the Google Assistant is. So it seems like it may work a lot better than Siri, considering Siri kind of owns the market right now as far as phone assistants go. But I think they might be heading in the right direction. I don't know. We'll see what happens when the phone actually comes out. So that brings us to the next device that was mentioned, which is the Chromecast Ultra. So if you don't know what a Chromecast is, it's basically a little round thing that you plug into your TV that kind of turns your TV into a smart TV, so you can get features like Netflix and Hulu and YouTube, all those things, just playing it from your phone and say, hey, play this on my TV. It's pretty cool. The only real difference between the Chromecast Ultra and the existing version that's out now is that the new one is going to support 4K, HDR, and Dolby Vision. And they've also added an actual Ethernet port to the power cord for people like geeks like me and other people that rather have their devices hardwired instead of using Wi-Fi. And that's gonna ship in December. And the next thing is Daydream View. So this is basically Google's virtual reality headset. It looks like it's made out of almost looks like a canvas shoe on your face, but it does have some pretty cool features. It actually doesn't require a hard connection, so you don't have to worry about plugging anything into it. And it actually comes with a remote, so you can use the remote to play certain games and, you know, swing it around like a sword, all that kind of cool stuff. So the Daydream View is going to work with any device that's Daydream compatible. So obviously the Pixel is, and this is going to retail for $79. Another thing Google mentioned is Google Wi-Fi. So this is going to basically just be a mesh network router. So if you don't know what that is, it basically is a concept of having a router and then you have multiple access points around the house, so that when you move around your house, your phone jumps to different access points so you don't have any dead spots in your home. Pretty cool idea, nothing new here. So you can buy a single router for $129, or you can buy a 3-pack for $299. So if you're gonna buy a 3-pack, you can put, you know, maybe one in your basement, one in your kitchen, and then one upstairs in your bedroom, something like that. And they're all gonna work together. And the last thing is Google Home, which is basically Google's answer to Alexa or Amazon Echo. So I recently did a review on the Amazon Echo, and the only thing that I really don't like about it is that you can't really ask it like complex questions. So since Google's been bragging about this whole Google Assistant thing, they actually put it on the Google Home, which makes sense. So it's gonna be like a personal assistant in your home. So you can ask it some pretty complex questions, and it seems to answer them fairly well. And the only other issue that I had with Alexa was the price. I actually said I think it was worth more like $129. Well, guess what? The Google Home is actually gonna be priced at $129. So that's a pretty good price considering what you're getting out of it. So it's gonna connect with services like IFTTT, SmartThings, Philips Hue, and of course that list is going to grow. So one of the coolest features about the Google Home that they actually demoed was that it can connect to Chromecast. And they said this is actually gonna work on Netflix in the future as well. So you can say, okay, Google, play House of Cards on Netflix. So it seems like they're trying to integrate all their different devices to work together, and that's gonna kind of seam together with Google Home using the Google Assistant. And I would love to hear your comments, so go ahead and comment below. I'll respond to your comments. If you found the video helpful, go ahead and hit that like button for me, and thanks for watching.